What up, Joe? What up, Joe? What up, Joe? Y'all know what it is. It's NFL Nightly Show presented by Detroit Fan Report, and I'm your host, Bandit. And y'all know what we do when we start every show. Sorry, it's been a long day. We introduce the panel that we have with us today. Starting with, what if I get myself on the screen? Representing the Miami Dolphins, Tom.
Yo, 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 what up, everybody? Another Tuesday here to talk some football. Fans up, baby. Y'all already know what it is. I still don't know who the number 2 corner is. Y'all gonna have to help me out with that, man. But let's have a good show today, baby. Let's get it.
For sure. Representing the Pittsburgh Steelers, we got Ray.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Happy to talk some football. It's AFC West week. Let's get it popping.
Representing them Houston Texans, we got Toucan. Man.
What's up, everybody? Toucan down here. Hey, Texans, we're ready, baby. We've added some more pieces. I think we got the puzzle complete. We're ready for a Super Bowl. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Representing them Baltimore Ravens, we got Flock.
Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, the Ravens most definitely in the building, man. What's up, man? We ready for the season to kick off. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody. All right. We're going to go through some of the hottest topics right now in the NFL, starting with Toucan. You on the flow. The Houston Texans re-signed Javion Clowney, man. How you feeling over there about Houston about the signing?
Man, when I first heard about it, I was like, man, it's offsides already, man. Because when he was with us in the first go around, man, he was just a little too trigger happy, man. If we had a lot of big plays that they called him offsides on. But he's matured now. He had what 8 or 9 sacks last year with the Cowboys. He's coming in. I'm hearing coach saying that he's there, man. He's ready to go. But he just needs to learn the system, and he's absorbing it. He's around a bunch of elite defensive players, and man, just the thought of him being next to uh, Daniels and Anderson Jr., man, that's going to be monster offensive line with that rookie we had it from Ohio State. He's been a monster in training camp, man. It's going to be fun, man. Glad to see him.
Ray, how you feel about the signing?
Good signing. Not too much else to say. That's different than what Toucan said. He's going to be surrounded by a lot of good players. So, yeah, I think it's a good fit.
Tom.
I didn't even realize. You say he had like 8 or 9 sacks. I was straight about to call dude washed, man. But I didn't really keep up with him. I didn't realize he had that many sacks. I was about to say he was just going to be bring him back to the team that drafted him. So kind of, I guess maybe a fan favorite. But damn, if he had like 8 or 9 sacks, I mean that's just another piece of their puzzle. They already got a stacked defense. So what's wrong adding another rotational guy in there that can get the job done? Damn, 8 or 9. Damn, I didn't even realize that.
Rich.
Oh yeah, for sure. He still has it. This one last couple years. I just think it's crazy that he went from a number one pick and what he did in college, and then in the pros, he's just been you know not the guy.
Can y'all hear him?
Hey, cut out.
Oh,
Uh,
now.
We'll get back to Rich. Sean.
Yeah, it's a nice pickup, man. I loved you, Davian Clowney. He did a couple of years with us in the Ravens, and he was a dog for us, man. He did everything we asked him for, so I feel like that's a nice pickup. He still got that dog in him. It ain't over yet, man.
He went to
He
North Carolina.
good for a veteran. He good for a veteran to a team. Not starting. You know what I'm saying? He good for letting them good guys take a break.
Let's try to get Rich back real quick. Rich.
Yeah, I just said that it's surprising that he went from a number one pick to just a guy.
He been steady Eddie though. Like you can't say that though about the guy. He
He
might not have
doesn't.
blind
He's
spots.
not. He's never had double digit sacks. I don't think he hasn't been
Could
number
you?
one pick. Where
What was you saying, Tom?
I was gonna say, could you imagine if him and Watt was like, if he was everything he was like supposed to be, and him and Watt, ooh,
woo,
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's talk about another signing we had, and I'm gonna start with Ray on this one. We had Stephon Diggs
they,
signing with.
Antonio, they had Vince Wilfork at that time too. I think didn't they?
Yeah.
oh, big wins, yeah, big Wolf for yeah from New England, yeah, with them
Yeah.
suspenders on with no shirt on.
All right, let's go to the next signing we had. We had Stephon Diggs signing with the Washington Commanders. Ray, how you feel about the signing?
Definitely needed for Washington. I'm glad they went this route instead of went with Debo again or went with the crazy show that is Brendan Ayuk. So yeah, great signing. They definitely needed a number two. So he'll probably have similar numbers. If everybody stays healthy in Washington, he'll probably have similar numbers to what he had last year.
Okay, Rich.
Yeah, I think. I mean, he did good last year. He's a pretty solid guy. They need that someone to move the chains. So that's a good sign for them.
Antonio.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, man, I agree. That's a good pickup. I know everybody. I think was kind of last show we were talking about maybe him going to San Francisco with some of their woes, wide receiver. But man, I know Diggs gets a bad rap, which he deserves it for some of the off the field stuff, just the craziness and the media and stuff like that. But I mean, dude still produces. He's still a solid receiver. So I mean, like he's not a number one guy, but I mean, he's gonna put up some numbers. So I think that's a good sign for the young Jaden Daniels trying to get a bounce back year. So I think it's a good signing for him.
Toucan.
Man, best of luck to him. He had his chance with the Texans. It didn't pan out too good. So he had his shot at the Super Bowl. Didn't work out. Good luck to him. He didn't fit into our program. Maybe he might fit into theirs. He brings a lot of baggage and a lot of.
Rock. I know you said you would like him on Baltimore, but he ended up signing with Washington. How you feel about the sign?
It's not a bad pickup for Washington. You know what I'm saying? They still got Terry McLaurin out there,
Yeah, Terry McLaurin.
and who else? Like, good pickup if Stephon Diggs ain't no locker room diva. If he like Tom said, if the off the field antics is kept to a low, he gonna be he good. He a good player. He just be doing bullshit on the side, man.
All right. Let's talk about a running back that got re-signed with his team, and that's Jonathan Taylor reached an agreement for 2 years, $44 million extension, worth $47 million, including a $39 million guarantee. Toucan, man, how you feel about Jonathan Taylor's getting an extension with the Colts?
Well, good for him, but he's overrated. Uh, he ain't gonna be able to do nothing against the Texans defense for sure. So they can pay all the money they want, try to put butts in the seats, but I don't have much hope for him or any of the Colts in this division. Cheers.
We're gonna break down your division next week. Rich, man, your thoughts on the signing, man, the extension that Jonathan Taylor got.
And turn around. So check this out. I'm gonna irritate Mark Twain, right?
Rich, your thoughts on the signing? I was on mute.
He's a little muted. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Tony, your thoughts on the signing, man?
I mean, it's a solid signing for a solid player. I mean, these running backs getting their bag, man. So, I mean, Jonathan Taylor, you can't take nothing from him, man. I was so mad because I so wanted the Dolphins to draft him in 2020. But, of course, we screwed that up. But, Nah, man, he a dog, man. You can't take nothing from him. Consistent player, good player. So it was a good signing for him, man. You gotta lock a guy like that up.
Ray,
All right. Yeah, I like this. The only thing that draws me a little bit of question is the fact that he's 27 and a half right now, I believe. So by extension, I'm just assuming that he was, well, I mean, he's under contract this year, and then they extended him 2 more years. So that brings us to what, age year 30 for him. I just hope it's a great signing if he stays healthy. At this age, if he gets hurt again like he has in the past, it could get a little dicey with the guaranteed money and his age and him recovering. But the dude's a stud. I love Jonathan Taylor. I think he's top five running back easy. He's always in the top five in my book. So great signing, but it's just the age that concerns me a little bit. There's a, that year 28, that age year 28 to 29 can have some significant drops. Right now we have Barkley and um, and Henry and everything, but those are not the rule. Those are the exception to the typical. But great signing.
Flock.
First and foremost, I do not think Jonathan Taylor overrated. He's far from overrated. He rated perfectly. He ain't at the top of the list where he doesn't belong, but he's not at the bottom either. So he deserved what he got. I hope that's what he won because he deserved every dollar. And he probably should have gave him more because he in the upper echelons of the better running backs in the league right now. But so he deserved it. I like you. Go ahead and get your money.
All right, all right. Let's talk about another running back that just got money. Big money, highest paid running back in NFL history, and that's Jameer Gibbs. Agreed to a 3-year, $7.5 million extension with 51.5 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid running back in NFL history. Tone, when you heard about the signing, man, what was your thoughts?
I was thinking that he deserved every penny of it. I mean, this dude is. Of course, I hated him in college, obviously, because of the SEC rivalry with my Vols and Bama. But man, Gibbs he's as advertised. He's everything. He's him, as my daughter says. Man, I mean, you gotta pay this guy. They got Montgomery out. I know they added Pacheco and stuff like that. The whole Sonic Knuckles, ain't that what they call it? But yeah, man. I mean, he deserves it, man. He deserves every penny. Paying these guys is big money. With that comes expectations. Those Lions got to make that next move. You paying these guys big time money, so they want to see it turn out in playoff wins and a Super Bowl berth. So, but he deserves every penny. That guy's a dog, man. Does it all, man. Those receivers like that, catch the ball, run the ball, they get that big money, man. Because it's almost like they're 2-1. The guys like another guy I'm sure we're gonna talk about too, running the ball, catching the ball. Those Roger Craig back in the day, he deserved every penny. That's my take on it.
Ray.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely well deserved. He deserves to be up there with the highest paid. I think it was a matter of who got paid first between him and Bijan. I think both of them deserve to be the highest paid running back. It's just a matter of timing because then we all know next year somebody not as great is going to get paid more money. All right, cool. So yeah, it's great. I mean, he's young. He's I believe he's 24, if not 23. So this is going to bring him to that year 27, that age year 27. It's perfect time to get him locked up. Perfect time to secure his future with the Lions. I just think he did show a little bit of wear and tear towards the end of last season. So I think it is really important for the Lions to have a quality backup that can shoulder the load when needed. Unfortunately, I believe Pacheco got hurt again. I
Yep.
don't know if he's going to be the answer, but I think they have the right idea by going out and trying to find somebody that can shoulder a little bit of a load here with Jameer. But I think he's worth every single penny of that for sure.
Toucan, your thoughts on the extension?
Well, hey, y'all gave up Montgomery to us so you can make this happen. So I hope y'all got enough pieces around him to take you to the promised land because that's what I've been saying that we were supposed to be meeting you in the past couple of years. I think we got our pieces together. Now, injuries and stuff happen and y'all on the right track. So you got your guy. Hopefully he takes it to the next level and he has some good supporting cast behind him.
Flock, your thoughts on the extension?
Nice payday, man. Another good one, man. You worth it. Worth every penny. I hate playing them motherfuckers. Like anytime we ever played the Lions, we blew their ass out. But now that they got this little motherfucker, man, this dude. All it takes is an open hole. Once you see an open hole, it's over with, bro. Everything that's done after that is too late. Once you see that open hole, it's all too late, man. And he fast as fuck. As long as he stay healthy, that's the name of the game in the NFL. Just staying healthy. It's
Word.
they gonna get their money worth, man.
All right, let's talk
And
about some
he
of the
should
highest paid.
not be afraid. He should not be afraid to step out of bounds every once in a while. Save his body. It's not. It's not a. You don't need to. If you can get out of bounds, get out of bounds because he's going to get a lot of catches too. He'll have probably up
Yeah,
pretty close to 300, maybe 275 carries, and at least probably maybe 80 targets, 60 something catches. It's going to be a lot for him. He's going to have a
yeah.
huge.
He do gotta get out of bounds because you know who used to play heavy like that, used to stay in bounds and stay injury prone. George Kittle, that motherfucker used to stay in bounds like a motherfucker. And you see how injured he be, bro. So as long as he get the fuck out of bounds, save that body,
Protect
man.
yourself. There's no shame in protecting yourself.
I'm taking him first overall if I got him in fantasy.
Yeah, I probably would too. Just
Yeah,
because
he in the upper echelon more. He in the top three, top four at least.
those touches are going to be ridiculous this
Yeah,
year.
I'd probably take Bijan second, probably.
Let's talk about
Easy.
top running backs getting paid and everything else like that. Since you're talking about fantasy, we got the top paid running backs right now in the league. With Jameer Gibbs getting 2.5, Bijan getting 2.25, Taylor getting 2.2, Saquon Barkley getting 20.6, and everybody favorite Christian McCaffrey getting 19. Do y'all feel right now that they got it right with the highest paid running backs in the league right now? Start with you, Ron.
Jameer Gibbs, they got it right.
Yeah. I think guaranteed wise, I think none of them are over Love, the rookie. I think he's guaranteed like 53 million with his contract, which is kind of insane. That he hasn't played a snap in the NFL yet, and he's guaranteed more money than both of the top two guys on this list. But I think this is a good list. I think Christian McCaffrey gets paid for playing two positions, much like Le'Veon Bell always tried to do whenever he was a Steeler. Um, I think that's the reason he's so high, but I think there are other people who deserve a little bit more as far as being a better running back than McCaffrey.
Tone.
Yeah, I mean, this is an impressive list. I mean, I think it's um, where it needs to be. I mean, I remember who was it that was going off a couple years ago about them guys not getting paid? Was it Taylor? Or who was it that made a big stink about the running backs and that a year ago or something like that or whatever, talking about they weren't getting paid what they worth. I forgot, but no, I mean
I
this is
think
an
it was
impressive
Barkley.
list.
I think it was Barkley before he
I
got
don't,
his big
I don't
contract.
think it was Barkley. Somebody made like a big social media thing or whatever. I want to say it. I don't
I
know,
think it was
but
Barkley in New York. Yeah,
no, it wasn't. I know
You
for
talking
sure it
about
wasn't
like a
Barkley.
sports analyst that said it. I'm trying to think.
yeah, it
No,
was.
it wasn't an
He
analyst. No, it was one
compared
of
he
the play.
compared the running back position to the center position in the NBA. He
It was
says
one of
like
the
a
players.
you don't really need it.
Anyway, but yeah, no, this is an impressive list. I mean, these guys deserve their money, man. I mean, these guys are ballers. All of these guys are also known for their receiving skills. I don't know much Jonathan Taylor. I don't know, does he get a lot of, as far as like catches? I don't really know, but I know those other four, they get in there and get a lot of catches too. At least I think they do, but
I
I'm not
think
sure
Jonathan
about
Taylor averaged
Taylor.
like 2 to 3 catches last.
I'll be honest. I don't know. Of course, that's first overall pick, drafting, Fernando Hayes Mendoza. We'll see. I mean, I think we can all agree that they're probably the fourth team in this division. Um, got a new coach. Who's the coach? I don't know who their coach is.
Kubiak,
They got up.
Kubiak,
Who is it? Oh, the Sun.
Kubiak, Seattle
Yeah,
OC last year.
yeah. So yeah, I mean they got upper climb. I mean, just like the team they played week one, Miami. So I don't know what the expectations are with these guys. I'll be honest, I haven't really kept up much with them as far as like what they've done in the off season, outside of the whole thing with Crosby and all that stuff, and Kirk Cousins. I see them getting flustered up with each other. So, but yeah, I think they'll finish last in this division. So I mean, I guess we'll see.
Right.
Yeah, I like what they've done. They've upgraded their offensive line significantly. Um, as far as Kirk Cousins, he's just somebody to teach Mendoza what he already knows how to do and study on the NFL level. Um, I love Kubiak. He grew up around great coaching. He was a great offensive coordinator. I am drawing a blank on their DC. Anybody know? Because I hope it's somebody important. Basically, when you have a,
I don't know if it's Patrick Graham anymore. I don't think he's there. I don't
it's
think it's
not.
him.
He's in Pittsburgh. He's in Pittsburgh.
Okay, yeah.
So Rob Leonard,
Rob Leonard.
promoted as the team run game coordinator and defensive line coach. So he's a okay. So he's a an in house hire. All right. Well, that makes me a little nervous because you always, with a young offensive minded head coach, you always want somebody old. Like when McVay came in with the Rams, he went out and got Wade Phillips. Perfect example. Excuse me. And I don't know. It just makes me that makes me a little nervous. So probably bottom team. Their wide receiver core is their weakest part of their team. Um, and the defense they added, I believe, 2 edge rushers and then retained Max Crosby and the whole Ravens shebang thing that went on. So their defense is highly improved as well. They're going to have an edge rush. They got Gerard McCoy, I believe, or Gerard McCoy, that guy who was a first round talent, but he was injured a lot. The cornerback, they picked him
Go
up in the
Vols.
third. So there we go. I think they did. They made a lot of good moves, but they're fighting a hard battle right now, but keeping up with these other teams.
2K, your thoughts on the Raiders, man? What you think their outcome would be this upcoming 2000 NFL season?
Well, it can't be any worse than last season. Uh, they got they're on the up and up. They got some good additions. They got some good players. I think I think they have like the seventh toughest schedule in the league. How that happened, I don't know. Who's in the division? They got the Chiefs, okay, up and up. You got the Chargers, they'll be all right. And who's that other team in that division?
Broncos.
And the Broncos, okay. The Broncos, okay, yeah, you got to play them all twice. So, yeah, man, they're gonna have some growing pains. Was it Kirk Cousins gonna be their quarterback
Well,
To
they haven't
start.
named the
or
starter yet.
projected?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe projected. He's there. Um, and then, shoot, they're gonna have to. I can't see them shocking the league, but you never know what a team can get together. Might be competitive, but I don't see them knocking everybody off yet. Give them a year or two.
And you just made me think of a good question before I get the shot flock. And that question is: if y'all was the head coach or GM of this team, would you start Fernando over Kirk Cousins? I'm start with you, Tony, on that one.
I wouldn't. I know NFL's changed a lot, and it's real big on kind of get the guy out there. I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm gonna kind of compare it to a situation that was close to me personally, of course, being a Dolphin fan. Back when we had Fitzpatrick, which Fitzpatrick was on his way out of the league, and everybody wanted to see Tua immediately. He played that year, but I think it is. I do think there is some benefit for some guys to kind of sit. And I know Mendoza was great in college, but I mean, they still, they're rebuilding. So, the receivers, I don't know if it's beneficial because as much as people don't like to think it's a thing, you really can't throw a guy's confidence off throwing them out there and them not having everything in place. And I know people say, well, they're professionals. You got to throw them out there. Yada, yada. He should be better. And that's not, unfortunately, that's not how it goes, man. You can really screw up a guy's confidence real early in his career. And that's not something you want to do with someone who you consider your franchise player taking first overall. But that's my personal opinion.
Ray, your thoughts? If you was a GM of this team, would you start Fernando over Kirk Cousins?
I'm going to give you a lame answer, but it's the truth. I would really have to see how camp went. I think I would split reps. If Fernando's ready, put him out there. You're not going to come in first. You're not going to come in last. All these reps are going to be valuable. If he's not ready, then you play Kirk. I mean, it's really a weird situation. Um, it's all about preference with the head coach as well. All I know is that Kubiak's system it tailors really well to what Mendoza does, and not. It's okay for Kirk, but it's definitely better for what Mendoza's skill set is. So I'm thinking like you don't really have a chance to win the division. I mean, let's be honest. Um, and you'd be fighting for a wild card in that position. I would much rather, if we're going to be that good, I'd much rather let my rookie quarterback lead us there and gain confidence over a season rather than making him wait a year. But it's hard for me to say. I mean, I really, really would have to see. But as a GM, you have to trust what your head coach wants you to do because you guys are together as a team. So you have to be able to put yourself aside and let your coach make that decision. You're as a GM, you're there to build a team among other things. But I think as far as depth chart, I think the coach should have the 60-40% leeway in that. So you got to trust your coach. So really, it's up to Kubiak.
Flock, your thoughts on the Raiders' outcome, and then same thing. Do you think if you was the head coach or the GM, would you start Fernando Mendoza over Kirk Cousins?
Man, I would start Mendoza because who the fuck is Kirk Cousins to watch? Like he ain't never won shit, bro. Like throw the boy out there, man. You might as well get his feet well with experience, not just watching a loser. Dude ain't never won shit, bro. Like hell no, fuck that. Get him out of here. He just here just in case dude get hurt. That's the only reason why you here, Kirk. You are nobody to watch. And the Raiders overall is going to be in the fourth place in this division. That's all I got to say. They're losing.
Toucan, your thoughts on the Raiders?
I already gave you my thoughts on the Raiders.
Oh yeah, who you think? Who would you start if you was? Who would you start if you was a GM of or head coach of this team? Kirk Cousins or Fernando Mendoza?
Man, do you want to throw the rookie in the fire? Everyone says, you want to look at film, you want to see training camp. Yeah, I want to see what, I think they brought in a new cat on the line, man, and a back. If they got that covered and they feel confident about that in camp, start the rookie. But, if they don't think, because this is the big league, not every rookie excels and some do and then some fall off. So it's a crapshoot, man. It really is. Sometimes it is. So some people think, it's wise holding them back. Some people think it's wise throwing them into the fire. But both can be right, any given Sunday. It
Jamal,
is what it is.
welcome. And your thoughts? or if you would start Fernando Mendoza or Kirk Cousins.
I would start Kirk Cousins. Reason being because this guy is your number one draft pick, and unless he proves it in preseason and to be like the starter or something like that, no, you start Kirk Cousins because he's supposed to be your franchise quarterback, and you want to risk him getting hurt, you know, off the rip. Unless you're positively sure that you'll be fine, that the line can hold up for him and block for him, and then everything else. But if you're not sure about that, then obviously you got to start Kirk Cousins. I know Mister You Like That hasn't won anything. I know that, but right now he's your best bet. Kirk Cousins knows that he's not going to be the future of the Raiders. Personally, and me, I hope the Raiders lose every game for the rest of their lives. But overall, that's the it's the Raiders for you. So I would go ahead and just start Kirk Cousins. If when they're not when their record is like around, I would say 1-7, which it should be pretty much. Then go ahead then maybe after the bye week or whatnot, go ahead and just put Mendoza in there to get some, slowly. Once they're getting blown out in games, which they should be getting blown out in every game, just about. Go ahead and slowly put him in, just get him some game time experience, see what it is to play against first string defenses, and then if you think you're cool with it, you start him. Because they're going to be a high pick in the draft anyway again, and they're probably going to try to be high enough where they can put Fernando Mendoza with probably a Jeremiah Smith if they're that high, if they're that lucky. So I would go with that. I would go with that route. Just go ahead and start Kirk Cousins and see what you can get out of him. Ashton Gentry can't do you too much, so got to go with Kirk Cousins right now.
All right, let's talk about the team everybody love to hate. And that's the Kansas City Chiefs. Their current quarterback coming off an injury, but he's been cleared to practice. You feel me? So I guess for the first couple of weeks, they'll be going with Justin Fields. They went and signed running back Kenneth Walker from the Super Bowl winning Seattle Seahawks. So I'm gonna start with you, Flock man. How you think the Chiefs' outcome is gonna be this upcoming year?
That's a new year. Pat Mahomes, one of them good ass quarterbacks like Tom Brady, somewhat like it don't matter who the hell on that team. He gonna elevate everybody who on the team. So it can be me playing running back. They gonna do something with me start running back there. So give 'em- and I see them having a dogfight with Denver for the division. Chargers or Raiders, they out of it. It's gonna be out of Denver and these guys right here. And Chiefs, no, I get Bo Nix that. Chiefs gonna probably come second in the division this year. That's my take.
Jamal.
If the biggest thing that probably happened with Kansas City is they got Kenneth Walker, the third. How the hell you're a Super Bowl MVP running back and the Seahawks just let you walk out of the door? Seriously, that makes absolutely no sense to me at all. I don't know what's going on up there in the Northwest, but they have literally let two of their biggest stars literally just walk out the door recently with DK Metcalf and Kenneth Walker. Like hell, hate to say this about my Patriots, but had DK Metcalf played wide receiver for that Seattle team last year, the score would have been way out of hand, and we'd have probably got our ass whooped more than what we did in this past Super Bowl. That's in my book, but on that one. But regardless, this is a huge pickup because now they got a proven running back in Kansas City, which back in the day they used to have a bunch of good running backs for your Christian Okoye's, to your Priest Holmes, to your Larry Johnsons and everything. But that's when they didn't
Jamal
have,
Charles.
I'm saying Jamal Charles. They've always been a team that's always had a great running game. And now they have, well, not even arguably, probably the best quarterback in the game right now, you know, that's just he coming off an injury. That's just another weapon for Patrick Mahomes. You can throw the screen pass to him. You can hand it off to him. It ain't got to be all on Patrick Mahomes' back right now. I know he's coming off an injury, and they're going to try to work him in very slowly, which they should. And Andy Reid, come on, he's a genius at this. And you got Eric Bieniemy back, so They're gonna be it's a lot of familiarity that's gonna be back with that. So it's gonna be a dogfight with Kansas City. That Kansas City's gonna have with Denver. I agree with that. I think Kansas City is gonna pull out this division probably by a game over Denver. But I wouldn't be surprised if Denver does go ahead and win this division. But it all is going to come down. But it's all going to come down to that defense. Can the defense hold up and stop some damn body? Because that's the defense since the Patrick Mahomes era has been their Achilles heel for for a little bit. Patrick Mahomes have always had to bail their asses out just to make sure they stay relevant and that they win some ball games. And if the defense can hold up and do its thing, I'm not too worried about Kansas City. They should be right there in the thick of things, playoff contention. And if they get in the playoffs and get a high seed, look out for them because it's hard to beat that man when it really counts. Only two quarterbacks have, oh no, three quarterbacks have done it. So you got to prove to me they can do it. Somebody got to prove to me if he's 100% healthy going into the postseason. Got to prove that to me again because he's not going to beat them. He's not going to beat himself.
Toucan.
Well, we all seen what age can do to a dynasty. Everybody ends up bowing out sooner or later. Um, but the Chiefs
Not
did
every
focus.
dynasty.
Am I going to get stepped on? Or am I going to get to make my point? Okay. The Kansas City Chiefs focused on defense in the draft. So, they're rebuilding. They got, like you said, they got a running back, got Mahomes coming back. And, it's if we're expecting an overnight success, the way Denver's been building and the Chargers are looking and, the Raiders trying to come up, I can't hand it to them on a silver platter, because of that old success. It's a rebuild. Or, you know, just like most of other teams, that had their dynasty or whatever. You got to keep going through the process and plugging pieces in, and that's what they're doing right now. But until we see it on paper, on TV, and see it in person, that they are back in the mix, then they're to me they're still in the middle of the pack right now.
Ray.
All right. I think the Chiefs will be better. Obviously, they were 6-11 last year. I think they have a lot of issues at wide receiver, depth issues. Could see a lot of Demarcus Robinson, Royals, the rookie from last year, could step up this year. Xavier Worthy needs to have a lot better of a season. Travis Kelsey is old. This is his last season, apparently. Um, yeah, I don't think I would call them like the guaranteed division winner. So probably second in their division. Anywhere from first to third, I could see. I think it's a dogfight between them, Denver, and LA. So I really do think that it's the gap has been closed pretty quickly by LA and Denver, especially.
Tonyo. Your thoughts on KC?
Man, I think that Patrick Mahomes, I feel like he is gonna be coming out with a vengeance, man. It makes me think of the Last Dance, all that stuff. With Jordan said, I took that personally. I think these dudes gonna come out and they're gonna be balling. Now, I think if anybody beats them for the division, it's gonna be Denver. Do we know anything about Rasheed Rice yet? Has there said anything about him or no? Do we know, or is it the wide
Give me one
receiver?
second.
I'm
Because I
pretty
know he
sure
had some
I'm pretty sure it
legal
was
stuff.
the same issue that he's already been punished for. So I don't think
Like
he
by the
can get
NFL?
correct. So I think he's already been punished for the whole driving incident and them finding marijuana in his car. I think he got punished and then he refilled a drug test and then had to go to jail because that was part of his legal punishment. But I think it's the same situation. So I don't believe the NFL revisits punishment after somebody's already served punishment. But
Yeah,
I'm also
he just
not
got off.
100. I'm also not 110% sure that he already served a punishment through the NFL. I'm not
See,
positive.
yeah, I don't,
Yeah,
yeah,
he did 30
I don't
days in jail for early this summer for probation
Yeah,
violation.
so that's the legal part that people are saying they might revisit and punish
personal
him
con,
for.
personal conduct.
Yeah, but at the same time, if he was punished prior for the incident, because I know it's been at least a year, if he was punished prior, which I can't remember, then they don't revisit. The NFL typically doesn't revisit and punish twice for the same incident.
Double jeopardy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, well, no, but I mean, either way, I was just wondering. I mean, I'm with Flock, man. Like how he just Mahomes is gonna elevate no matter what, man. I think as long as, like we always say, barring him coming back, man, I think him, and then you add Bieniemy, man. I know Travis Kelsey's like 50, but if y'all watch the games, watch him. Even last year, do be wide open. I never understand it. I know the scheme, but that man be wide open in the middle of the field and like no one's there, bro. Like I just don't get it. I think these dudes are gonna be pissed off. I agree
Mm.
with you that Worthy needs to have, they want more out of him. He's just such a little dude, man. But I think these cats are gonna be pissed off collectively. Chris Jones, all those dudes, man. Like I honestly, I don't think if anybody beats them for the division this year, it's gonna be Denver. I don't even think LA. Don't even get me started on them. But no, I say, yeah, I say these guys are gonna be pissed off. I said they're gonna be the one or two in this division. So, but and you definitely don't want to get Mahomes in the postseason because I mean we know how that usually goes. So I mean, look out for these guys, man.
All right. Speaking of LA, let's talk about the Chargers. Quarterback just proposed. You from He engaged and everything else like that. Got his future wife sitting on the sideline during practice. Ray, man, give us a breakdown of what you think the Chargers outcome gonna be this year.
Um. So real quick, we'll start with like what we saw last year. We saw the offensive line struggle bad. I think it was primarily due to injury. Joe Alt and oh my god, now I can't remember.
Slater,
Yep, thank you. And Slater, who is a dog. He's a dog. Um, they both were hurt. So that's a huge issue right there. Not a lot of teams can replace that and still be effective. They still went 11-6 for the second year in a row. For the second year in a row, they went to the playoffs and lost in the wild card in embarrassing fashion. Their offense scored 20 points a game last year. Their defense was around top 10, I believe. 20 points a game isn't going to get it done whenever you play playoff teams with a top 10 defense. They do have a couple of studs on defense in Derwin James. He's a great chess piece that they use heavily on defense. They need some health. They did address the interior offensive line by signing Tyler Bidiasi, I believe his name was. He's jumped around to a couple different teams. I believe he's played for Dallas. I believe he's played for a different team as well. And then they traded for Penning, who was a first round pick of the Saints a couple years ago. Trevor Penning, real nasty attitude guy. He gets in a lot of fights. He might be a better guard than he was drafted for tackle with the Saints. So that might be great for them. They're still trying to fill that hole that Becton left when he left. Um, Offensive weapons are great. I think this year we can expect Mike McDaniel to have really significant progress with the offense. I think it's easy to say that they will score at least 25 points a game and increase that by 20% or 5 points. Um, so yeah,
I think
I
that's
think
Jim Harbaugh, that Mike McDaniel in Seattle.
no,
no, Mike
you no the
McDaniel's
offense.
is you thinking
Yeah,
McDonald?
yeah,
Mike McDaniel.
yeah. McDaniel's in LA now.
Mike McDaniel is the new offensive coordinator.
Correct. So so anyway, he utilizes motion, which is very different from Greg Roman. Greg Roman's offense got a little stale. So I think Justin Herbert's going to have a great season. He has plenty of weapons in QJ, in Omarion Hampton. He's got McConkey. We got two good tight ends that can catch the ball, and Njoku and Gadsden. So I think that offense is going to be a lot better. The defense, there's enough. That's always going to be like kind of iffy for them, but I see Justin Herbert being top five quarterback this year. I can see him being in the MVP race just by the way that Mike McDaniels opens up the field with motions and makes the defense declare coverage rather than Greg Roman's lull you to sleep attack. I see big things for the Chargers. I could see them being 13 and 14. I could see them stealing the division. I could also see them doing the same exact thing in a different way where the offense is better and the defense struggles and them going 11 and 6 and being um, blown out again in the wild card round, much like they were by the Texans 2 years ago, and then this year by the Patriots, 13 to, I believe the game was 13-3 or 16-3 or something like that, and then the game against the Texans 2 years ago was 42-12. So both years they struggled scoring in the playoffs. So, and I believe the year before that was the crazy Jacksonville debacle.
Jaguars.
Yeah, the Jaguars and Chargers crazy playoff game. So yeah, it's been tough, but they're right there. They just need to get over that hump.
Antonio,
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest, man. My therapist always told me to just be honest and speak and don't hold anything back.
You can afford that.
If you've been my Facebook friend and pay attention to my posts a lot, I have a personal vendetta against Justin Herbert. Okay, part of it is jealousy because I wanted him in 2020 and not Tua. That's part of it, but also the media can make you just despise a player. I know I'm not the only one. I have never in my life heard more excuses for a quarterback in my life than Justin Herbert. Never. Never. Last year, I get it. The tackles, that's hard to overcome. But let's throw that year out. Oh my God, the league wants him to be the greatest thing ever so bad. And they every year it's, oh, this is their year. They're gonna make a run for the Super Bowl. They did this, they did that, and then they get to the playoffs and do diddly squats, in the words of Jim Mora Sr. back in the day. So yeah, I don't know. This is one of those situations where I gotta see it. You know, Justin Herbert is a good quarterback. I'm not taking anything from him, but it just seems like the league, just when you watch their games, it just hyped them up. You listen to the radio, it's this year the Chargers they ain't gonna do shit. As every year they hype them up, they want them to do so good, so great, so bad. Josh Allen's the same way. I don't know why they're just in love with him. I don't know, but yeah, we need to see it from you, Herbie. So I don't know how I feel about this thing. Yeah, they got some dogs. They got some tackles. Dogs Slater coming back. Joe, all those guys are monsters, man. Two good tight ends, Gaston, Joku, like Ray said. I know Quentin Johnson has some issues with some drop seeds and stuff like that. So they've got the pieces, man. And it's Ray, right? Ray. Yes, Ray. Ray brought up a
Yes.
good point.
Yeah.
McDaniel is going to motion the shit out of every. I'm telling you, if he's anything like was in Miami, you're going to see people running everywhere pre-snap. I mean, that's what he does. He used to do it with Reek that year. Reek damn near had 2,000 yards. He's already said he's going to deploy all their running backs. Man, I don't know if they still got Najee Harris or not, but I know they got
Mhm.
no, he's
Vidal
a free
and
agent. Najee is a free
he's free
agent now.
agent. I know he mentioned Vidal, Hampton, and somebody else, but McDaniel already came out and said, "Fantasy owners, I'm sorry." He was like, "I'm using all these dudes, so y'all better just guess." So I do think the element to McDaniel is definitely going to be helpful. I think McDaniel is going to, I think he's suited as an offensive coordinator. I think that's his natural position. But on paper, like usual, these guys look like world beaters, but they are definitely one of those situations where I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I mean, every year. I mean, they're going to dethrone the Chiefs for the division. I hear it on the radio all the time, and the media has just made me despise Justin Herbert, even though he's a great guy, great quarterback. But I just got to see it. I see these guys third in the division. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. That's my take on it.
Toucan, your thoughts and your take on the Chargers.
The Chargers, man, they're back to back 11 wins team. 11 wins a season is not easy to do. Why did they not make it through injuries, man? Their line decimated. Their tight ends, man, the weapons went down. Everyone wants to blame the quarterback. Everyone wants to blame the coaches. Okay, they got rid of the coaches. They got new coaches now. Now you got to get these cats back healthy, and you got to give them new terminology and new shit to learn. It's going to be another hurdle for them, but they've got the personnel. If they can be healthy, they can compete. But man, just to because everyone gets mad and throws everybody under the bus, these injuries were key injuries to them, man. They had no line. They had nobody to protect. So, hopefully everybody comes back healthy and they can all be on the same page. And I expect them to compete, but when you get a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, there's gonna be a little learning curve going on there. So hopefully, man, they can click and get it going, man. But health is a big thing for them, and they do look good on paper, like Antonio said. But man, when you scratch those names off the paper and they get hurt, what are you left with? I know that as a Texans fan because we went into that game against a bunch of jabronis that were lucky not to have all the injuries, and they got away with something in the snow. So you got to realize when you got everybody together and you got a strong team, you're gonna knock everybody out, man. So power to them.
Toucan, you said jabronis. I ain't heard jabronis in years, bro.
Oh yes, a bunch of jabronis over there. They got lucky, snuck through in the snow with little injuries. I don't want to hear it anymore. We're gonna bring it today.
About to get Jamal riled up, boy. But
Yeah.
nah, nah.
Go ahead, Jamal. Your thoughts on the Chargers outcome this upcoming season, man.
Who cares? Let it go, man. The game's over. Let it go. Let it go, man.
I'll take it to Green Bay with some spotted
Oh, man.
cow.
All y'all made some great points, but y'all forgot one thing also too. What is their strength of schedule rank right now? Is it the I think their strength of schedule it's pretty tough for them to get through. You got a few. I mean, you got a few games in there that's winnable. Like their first two games is against Arizona and against the Raiders. Those are easy wins right there. But then after that, you got to go at Buffalo, at Seattle, at home versus Denver, at the Chiefs, away technically versus the Rams. First, I mean, then at home versus the Texans, and then at Baltimore. That stretch
They got
right
the
there.
21. They got the 21 ranked strength for schedule, Jamal.
That's that.
21, 21, 21, 21.
But looking at the schedule right here, I mean, just that gauntlet from week 3 all the way to like week 10. That should make a break. That should make a break right there for what the Chargers are going to be doing. If they can get past that, at least okay, maybe even break even, then they'll have a pretty decent season right there because the schedule right now between that, like I said, between 3 and 10 is pretty tough, you know. And Antonio, I agree with you. It has never been. I've never seen a quarterback in a while. It's been a long time since you've seen people make people. Since a quarterback has had so many excuses. Oh well, Justin Herbert was this, and he didn't have this, and that, and this, and that. No, it's your make or break year now. As much slack as we be giving these quarterbacks like Dak Prescott, and they be criticizing his ass, Lamar Jackson, they be criticizing his ass. They criticize everybody, you know, and I guess they're trying to make him out to be like the next best thing, you know, because the team on paper looks good, but like you said, in the end, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, the games that need to count, what does he do? Does nothing. And that's the problem that I think that's been happening. And I think Jim Harbaugh is going to have to take some blame for this too. You can't just blame just Justin Herbert. Jim Harbaugh got to take some blame for this too. You came off a national championship with Michigan, lucky asses, and it's. I mean, you have to take some. He has to take some blame for this too. I mean, come on, he played in the NFL. He's coached with the 49ers, and he knows what it is to make this team good. So we gonna see what happens, but this schedule's gonna be tough for them to go through, especially that week 3 to 10 gauntlet. They're gonna have to show me something on that one. So this make or break year for Justin Herbert. Because if he don't produce this year, it's gonna be some rumblings like, okay, now we need to be either looking for a new quarterback or something. So
Flock, your thought on the Chargers?
I'm gonna start off with I think they're gonna come in third place in the division. And I think the strength and the weaknesses of the schedule, the team plays a part in that. Like if you're the Raiders, you probably gonna have a tough schedule because you don't have the Raiders on there twice. You get what I'm saying? Like you got the Chiefs on there twice, you got Denver on there twice, but Denver and Chiefs probably got an easy schedule because they got the Raiders on there twice. So you get what I'm saying? So the Chargers, they're gonna come in third place, bro. They got receivers who just drop balls in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Just wide the fuck open.
We're
They
talking
still
about
got
Johnson
Khalil
like
Mack,
that.
huh? I
We're
like
talking about
Khalil
Johnson
Mack.
like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And Derwin James, they got an alright defense, but their defense always been alright. But I don't see them coming out that division, not even making the playoffs this year.
All right, Flock got him not even making the playoffs. Okay,
Nah, nah.
Playoffs.
I mean, you
let's
got
talk about this
it's
division
very
real quick.
seldom. You got like one or two divisions that got three teams that make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's this division.
It's crazy how all y'all think Justin Fields gonna hold it down until Patrick Mahomes get back and lead
And
them to
I
the
agree
playoff
with
And
next year.
Antonio and
Andy
Jamal about
Andy
how
Reid.
overrated this dude is too.
I really think Mahomes will be back week one. I really do. He's already
yeah, they're
He's
practicing.
not,
pissed off.
He's full practicing. What are we
and
waiting
they're
for?
not, yeah, and he's not playing. I don't think he's going to play any preseason games at all.
No,
So
no. I mean, he's got a whole month yet. He's got a whole month, and he's already fully practiced, fully cleared by the doctors.
Which is rare for them because Andy always plays those guys. Mahomes has never not played in preseason, so that would be different for them because he
I'll
always
be honest with
plays.
you. I wouldn't be surprised if Andy Reid focuses more on joint practices this year with Pat. I don't know if
Yeah,
they have any scheduled. I know that that can get a little bit risky and testy whenever you're trying to test out your quarterback who's coming off an injury at a joint practice. But it's the same deal. It's a little bit more structured than a game. Do you know what I mean? So you might be able to get a little bit more structure out of it and get him more quality reps. But I wouldn't be surprised if he completely stays off the pup list. I wouldn't be surprised if he's off the pup list. I also wouldn't be surprised if he's off the pup list and then maybe misses week one, week two. That wouldn't surprise me either. But I don't think he's going on pup. He's not missing the first 4 weeks.
yeah,
no.
but their first two games are primetime games, and
And
you're
that's what
gonna
I'm
probably want
saying.
to play him. So I mean, the first
So
game is
you're gonna go
yeah,
to Denver Monday night on the opening week on Monday night and play Justin Fields? Probably
no, no,
not.
no. No. These are at home.
Okay, good. Okay, well, I mean, but still, you're not gonna go Monday night against a division rival. The NFL is probably not gonna schedule that if they don't have a good feeling he's gonna play week one.
Exactly. Your first four games should be winnable games. Should be, but you never know. First is Denver,
They got
then
Miami, I
versus
think, week 3.
they got Miami, they at
Week
Miami week 3, and then they got the Raiders week 4, and then and then after that they're on their bye week. So they could be technically they could be 4-0 going into their bye week, but then like you said, you never know. So, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes, probably Travis Kelsey shouldn't even see the field until the first week of the season at all.
Yeah, they know how to play football. They know the playbook.
for
Let's
sure.
just
So, and you're not going to
True.
put Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to put Patrick Mahomes in there on a preseason game versus the Rams. Even though the Rams they going to start half of their defense, you're not going to put him in there just to see what he can do right now. So no, Justin Fields, have a ball, brother.
All right, let's talk about the division champs. You feel me? They was one injury. I feel like they was one injury away from not making the Super Bowl. You know, Jamal,
hmm
shout out to the Patriots for making it there. You know, y'all didn't do your dang what y'all supposed to do when y'all got there, but it's a different time to talk about that. Let's talk about the Denver Broncos, man. Jamal, I'm gonna start with you, man. Your team beat them in the AFC Championship last year, man. What's your thought on Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos?
I think pretty much Bo Nix is going to come out and probably be a top, like I would say, a top 10 quarterback. You know, it was a freak injury I mean, what happened with him? He's going to show up and do what he can. I mean, think about this. I mean, Jared Stidham. I mean, even at him as a backup for what he did, he did pretty. He was pretty decent, for what he did in that AFC title game. Even though most of the time it was all on the defense and stuff, that kept him in there and the weather. I will give him that. But Bo Nix is gonna Bo Nix is gonna be pretty solid this year. He showed what he can do, and I think they'll be all right. Running back wise, you got J.K. Dobbins, you got Coleman, you got Batty, so should be all right on that part. Wide receiver, I mean, come on. I mean, it is what it is on that one, you know. But we're all on the defense part on this one because this is their bread and butter right there. So you're already set on the corners. You're already set pretty much on the defensive line and stuff like that. Linebacking core. Usually, I mean, but come on, you're paying Benito. You're paying him $15 million this year. I mean, you better do something. Jonathan Cooper, you paid him $12 million this year. You better produce. We're not going to pay you all this money for you to do nothing. I mean, you can't just leave it up to DJ Jones and Zach Allen and Patrick Surtain just to do everything for you and stuff. But hey, they always say offense sells tickets and defense wins championships. So, and Denver has always been a hard place to play. So, I could see them pretty much, still got Kansas City winning the division by at least a game, but I do see Denver easily in this mix to make a deep playoff run, and probably gonna try to avenge that crazy loss to my Patriots. But we'll see on that too. So Sean Payton's done his thing. He got his quarterback that he can mold. So I I'm pretty sure he'll make sure Bo Nix is put in the right position and get this team rolling. Schedule wise, schedule wise. Yeah, not. I mean, let me see. First game's at Kansas City. Second game is at home versus Jacksonville. Third game is a Sunday night game versus the Rams at home. Fourth game is at San Francisco, and then they stay on the West Coast against the Chargers. So not a bad slate. This will test them out to see exactly what they can do. But when that weather starts getting cold, as it always does in Denver, this is what's going to separate the men from the boys on this one. How many people can go up there in Denver in that high altitude, in that snow, and play some decent football? Not many teams can do it, no matter how good they are. So if Denver gets any type of home field advantage, you better look out because it's going to take everything to beat the team, especially if they're healthy. It's going to take everything and everybody to beat them. So they're going to be in the hunt for not only just the division, but that number one seed in the AFC and the Super Bowl. So good luck, AFC. It's going to be tough going through Denver to get to the Super Bowl.
15th ranked strength of schedule this upcoming year. Flock, your thoughts on Denver?
Hey, can we come back, man? My son acting crazy. Well, I think Denver gonna win the division number one, of course, and I think I just came across some news about J.K. Dobbins being hurt again, a soft tissue injury or some shit.
He
I
always
mean,
hurt.
I wouldn't be surprised, but you know what I'm saying. That's who they know. He the number two. Who the number one running back?
R.J. Harvey.
Yeah, so with him being out again, they still got a chance. And again, that home field advantage is gonna play a part too, a big part, man. It's
Flock,
hard to
not to
tell
mean to
you
cut
about.
you off, but J.K. Dobbins just wanted everybody to know that he's all good after the injury scare. So He will
All
be
right. I
fine
mean,
to start this.
his coach, the one who said it, and you know how
Yeah,
players just say they're good anyway, but the coach know was real, man. But that's my take. I think they're gonna win the division, though. You know, it's gonna be a dog fight, like really a ugly ass dog fight with them in Kansas City. I think a healthy Bo Nix gonna can get him.
Toucan.
It's the Broncos division to lose. You know, they're bringing back the core. They were competitive. They kicked everybody in the teeth for a while there last year, and they added Jalen Waddle. So you know, if they stay healthy, man, they can get after it, man. They're going to be in the mix.
Right.
All right, man. The Broncos are so good. Their defense is so good. Safety, how Funga at safety, I believe still. Those two edge rushers, man. Those two corners between Sertain and then the guy they just drafted 2 years ago, whose name is Barron, Jade Barron from Texas. Man, he's a stud as well. I just think they're ridiculous. The offense with another weapon in Jalen Waddle. They have RJ Harvey and JK Dobbins as their like 1A, 1B. And then Jonah Coleman is basically a younger version of JK Dobbins, same kind of build, same kind of running style. So when the inevitable happens to JK Dobbins, like it happens every year, they've got Jonah Coleman to step right in. Sean Payton knows what he's doing. You know, he was kind of a joke whenever he would just bite the bullet on Russ and whenever the Broncos were trading away first round picks for Sean Payton, you know, everybody was saying, how is this going to work? And it took a year or two, but I'll tell you what, they look so damn good. They look so damn good. The AFC will go through Denver. I really think it's going to be really hard for them to lose the division. I still think it's a three-team race. I stick by that. I think it's possible there are roads where the Chargers, the Chiefs, or the Broncos win this division, but I definitely think that the Chiefs are not the number one team. Not anymore. Not here. I think the Broncos are just too damn good. I mean, Bo Nix, he's efficient. He didn't have crazy numbers, and he threw the ball most in the NFL last year, which scares me a little bit. We did see his durability issues flare up with that little ankle issue, and hearing that that has been a degenerative issue that has been plaguing him in the past worries me a little bit. But that defense is so damn good. I mean, they gave the Patriots a run for their money with Stidham, and no, it wasn't too good of a run for their money, but it was never a point where people were counting Denver out going into that game. They still thought they had a chance, and it's because that defense is so damn good.
They game planned them pretty good. They put a great game plan with Jarrett Stidham, you know, to have him even in position to win the game. So it was a dogfight, you know. It was what it was, you know. So I'll give all props to that. I'm not going to say that, you know, we should have won that game and stuff like that. No, but trust me, Denver, if they were on a neutral, on a healthy, good field and stuff like that, that score probably would have been way different. I'll be the first one to agree with that one. So
Yeah, Denver's score would have been different, but so would New England's because whenever one team is scoring, it pushes another team to be a little bit more aggressive, right? So that's gonna and May was slinging it too. I give props to the Patriots; they deserve to win that game. They scored more points than the Broncos, and that's how it goes. I'm not taking anything away from the Patriots. Just Denver is just so damn good, and I think they showed flashes last year. And building another year on top of another year is just gonna. I think it's only gonna get better, and they're adding to what they had. They're not. They don't have a ton of key losses. The one that really sticks out to me is Dre Greenlaw, and you know he was hurt a lot last year anyway. I think he went back home to San Fran to play under the power wires. So, um, I mean, we got that as well. But I can't really think. I mean, I'm not a Denver fan, but I can't really think of anybody else like huge that left.
Jonathan Franklin Meyer, I know went to the Titans.
Okay,
He was a
okay,
solid guy from the Jets,
yes,
but
yeah.
if you want to call that, you know,
Well, no, it's solid. He's a defensive line, right?
mm,
Yeah. D tackle, yeah, yeah, he's a solid guy. I mean, he's solid depth to a quality, plug and play kind of guy, rotational guy. So, but yeah, I really love Denver. They're so good.
Tone.
No, I agree with a lot what everybody says. I mean, it's crazy how it's so important to have a fantastic coach and get your quarterback, man. I remember when they were talking about on when Miami played when Miami played scored like 70 points on them, and the announcer they were talking about like what's this team gonna do and yada 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 and all this, almost like they were just gone. But man, just within like years time, man, what Peyton's been able to do. I mean, that defense. I mean, these guys got everything, man. Of course, my boy Jalen Waddle went there. Was happy to go see him play for a contender. Durability is going to be is always an issue with Jalen Waddle. He's a dynamic player, but he gets dinged up a lot. But yeah, man, overall, I mean, this team is top to bottom. I mean, you can't take anything from them, man. They got it all, man. So yeah, definitely gonna be big things coming from them, man. So we'll see how things look as far as Bo Nix goes. He had so much more experience than people realize in college, man. Playing at Auburn and even
What
transferring
you
to
mean?
Oregon,
Everybody
dude.
know he played 50 years in college.
Well,
He
I'm
was
just
there when
saying, man.
Cam Newton was
But I
playing.
but I think people don't. I don't think people understand how important it was. I mean, it's helpful. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody can't play 90 years in college, but I mean, dude really came in, with most experience than most QBs, right? That's basically what I'm saying. Uh, but they got a squad, man. So I mean, they're in that window of you need to win. I'm real big on windows, man. I feel like the 49ers, I feel like the 49ers really wasted. They've done it twice with Garoppolo. They've wasted windows where I feel like even when they first got Purdy and you got a QB like that that's on a rookie deal and you can add so many other pieces. I feel like the Broncos are in that realm where they're in a window. You just can't waste that window before you start paying guys and stuff like that. And it's a thing, man. Go back to Seattle when the Legion of Boom and all those guys start getting paid. These guys start getting paid. What happened to Seattle, man? Russ was there, and like the team overall just kind of went. You got to do it now. Don't wait. They got a golden opportunity and a stacked team. So, man, go out there and win that ship, man. Before you start paying these dudes big money.
All right, before we get out of here, I gotta get who y'all think gonna win the division in the AFC West. I'm start with you, Tom. Who you got winning the AFC West?
Man, I I want to say Denver so bad, but I got to stick with uh, Mahomes. I just feel like the Chiefs. I feel like they're gonna be pissed off and they'll be playing with a vengeance. Would I be shocked at the least bit that Denver wins it? Not even close. I'm just gonna go with uh, Kansas City and say they had an off year last year, and he's gonna come out guns a blazing. So I'm going with the Chiefs.
You see how they've been beating each other up in practice. So yeah, they seem like they on some vengeance. Ray, who do you got winning the AFC West?
Man, I don't care how mad the Chiefs are. They're not doing it this year again. I think 2 years in a row sounds fantastic. Let Patrick come out and throw a little Kermit the Frog hissy fit. I don't care. Broncos Broncos are taking the division.
Two cans. Who you got winning the division?
Man, I'm gonna give it to the Chargers, bro, because Thunder Alley is the best tailgate in the NFL, and we're gonna play them Thursday night. They're coming in. I'm gonna get to see them in person. The first preseason game. Uh, and I'll come back next week and give you all my little insights of what I saw, if I'm still coherent and can pay attention to what's going on after the tailgate. But I'm gonna give it to them because they got a great fan base and a great tailgate.
Jamal.
I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs by one game. I agree with I agree with you, Tone. Like I think this gonna be the year Patrick Mahomes be like, hey, y'all forgot who I am, and he's gonna come out. He ain't gonna pull off he ain't gonna pull off like the greatest quarterback season of all time type of performance, but he's gonna remind everybody like, yo, I'm still that quarterback. I'm still that guy. I got injured 1 year, but I'm still here. And Kansas City gonna make some noise. They gonna be right there. So it ain't gonna be easy, but I got the Chiefs by at least one game over the Broncos.
Flock, who you got winning the AFC West?
Give me the Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
Put money on that.
That's you beat me to it, Jamal. I was about to say the same thing. Please, I'll do it right now.
Gotta put my life savings on it. I used to be a Raiders fan, man. Back with Tyron Wheatley.
Yeah, your son even know that's some bullshit. He like shit. You better lose everything, daddy.
Now
There
I
goes
can't
my
say what I
life,
want to
son.
say, man, and keep crying, but I'm going with the Raiders, man.
Your son said, "Don't bet that, daddy. We better lose everything."
Nah, let me know if you try and bet that. Please hit my inbox, please.
All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody who work, everybody that came and watched the show today. Football is back, and if this don't tell you football is back, I don't know what it is.
Time. His landing zone was between the uprights. That's good luck. That shot downfield, got a man. And held on to.
Football is
Oh,
back, baby.
And and
Football
and
is
got up like
back.
nothing happened. That's what's up.
You on national TV? Better not. What was that movie called? When the
He was
boxer,
he
the
was
black
hurt.
dude,
He was
like trying
hurt,
to
but he
embarrass me
played
on
it
national
good.
TV with the Great White Hope. Hey, you better get back up. Shit, ain't no way in hell. Shit,
he'll feel it when he's
I'm getting up.
65.
Shit, I might walk hurt to the
Oh,
sideline, but I'm getting up. You feel me?
no, he probably
Yeah.
felt it the next
He
day,
gonna
the
cry. He
next
gonna cry in
moment, pretty
the
much.
he gonna cry in
When
the
he's
car.
65.
Right.
He go cry in the locker room. We ain't gonna make it to the car
Yeah.
for real. But yes, football is back. Preseason will be back this Thursday. You feel me? Hell of a Hall of Fame game. I will say, you feel me? That was one of the best Hall of Fame games I ever seen in my life. But before we head out of here, man, you know how we do, man. We let the panel know where you can find them at. Starting with Tom.
Yo, yo, yo! It's your boy Antonio Classic. You find me on Facebook at Antonio Classic. You can find me here every Tuesday. It's fins up. What I always say: fins up all day, every day, twice on Sundays. Fins up, baby. Let's go.
Ray.
All right. All right, y'all. Y'all can find me here on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. Talking about football. We're doing what? The AFC South next week?
Yeah, Two Cans Division. We're doing
All
Two Cans
right,
Division.
Toucan. I'll be here. I'll be ready. So,
Yes, sir.
also, you can find me at Blitz Sports Media. I just had an article drop today about fantasy headlines. I have another one just waiting to be published about some fantasy players with new schemes, either new teams or new OCs, new head coaches coming in and how they might be able to do better than what they did last year. So look for that one to drop. That's at Blitz Sports Media. You can find me at my Twitter at GG3Bets Fantasy. And I still have not found the CB2 for the Dolphins either. I've been look I've been looking. I can't find it. I read a bunch of names. I read a bunch of names. I mean, they're gonna have to go sign a dude or something because I can't figure it out.
Hey man, Juju Brents played good last year, man. We'll see what he got.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Exactly. That's the reason
Exactly.
why. That's the reason why I didn't say anything last week, man. We got guys like Storm Duck, Juju Brents. I was not about to give him no ammo because I know he was gonna hit me with the who. So I nope.
Jamal, man. Let everybody know where you can find you at, man.
You can find me on here pretty much talking football, talking sports with y'all and stuff, whether it's NBA, whether it's hell, if I get a chance to, I'll even talk baseball with you. So I'm pretty good at that too. Baseball's my favorite sport. But you can find me on all platforms on Facebook under Jamal Baker, under Instagram under the illusion. So I'll be here, giving my opinion and stuff like that. And always, if I get a chance to, if Toucan is ever sober, I'm gonna give him shit about his Texans all season long. Whenever he's sober or not. So trust me, I'll be on here.
Toucan. Let them know where they can find you at.
Oh, well, let me answer Jabroni first. And it's
Nah.
okay, man. We're going to come back. We're going to take over the whole NFL, not just the AFC. So. Anyway, Toucans, if you haven't found me by now, you don't need to know. You can find me here on Tuesday nights, and then I might tell you next time. So have a great week. Let's go Texans. Football is here.
His kids jumping him because he said, "Daddy, you better not make that bet." Sean, let him know
I
where they can
already
find you
put
at.
the bet in. But I'm here every Tuesday talking football with the guys. And if Toucan anything like me, he ain't never sober. So you know what we got AFC South next week.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, that's a pretty boring week. But
Oh,
see
you're
y'all next
clowning.
week.
Damn.
See y'all next
Y'all clowning like clowny.
week.
Toucans, I expect you to be in full fan uniform next week, man.
Man, it's preseason, bro. You don't get the full Monty until game one. The full Monty. No, I'm
Toucan
ready,
one of them
man. It's gonna be
extreme
fun.
fans who be wearing them spiked shoulder pads and shit to the games.
See, I can't wear all that, man. It's too hot in Texas to wear
Man,
that
them
shit. I
cats
just
be
wear
on
my
some
It's hot as
crazy
hell.
shit.
It's hot as hell down here. So no, I don't
and
blame them. Hell no.
I got the Legion of Boom friends of mine fans. They're up in Indy, Indiana, the
Mhm.
Colts, and they're cool cats, man. But they got good weather. They can wear all that stuff. It ain't that hot
Yeah,
over
they
there.
play
It's
inside.
Yeah, that too. But the tailgate. It's gonna be a hot tailgate on Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock when it's 107 degrees. But we're gonna be standing next to that barbecue pit, and we're gonna be getting lit for sure.
I love
uh,
game day toucan. I have to admit, I love game day toucan.
107 degrees
or
outside during
or
tailgate, and then at nighttime it's gonna be 102. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, we play indoors,
And
so
draft
it's
day
gonna be nice
toucan.
indoors.
Draft day
Ooh,
toucan
it's
too.
fun. Well, I'm bringing it back, man. Bringing it back.
all right, before we got here, I got to pay a couple bills. Starting with, we got NFL. I mean, the NFL. The road to the BCS College Football Show that will be coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Make sure
Go
y'all
Vols.
tune into that. Feel me? We will be going over the top week one matchups of the college football season. That is right around the corner. 4 weeks away. Well, 3 weeks away. Count 3 weeks
Go
away.
Big Orange.
All right. Then Saturday, we got to talk Detroit Tigers with the Central Crown. That will be Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you are tuning in with us. We will be talking Detroit Tigers baseball.
Why?
Fuck the Astros. I said. With that said, man, I appreciate everybody that came out and watched, man. Thank y'all, man. We are getting close to 1,000 subscribers, man. So I like to thank everybody that do hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Without y'all, we're going to be able to make this happen. And if you haven't subscribed, man, what are you waiting for? Make sure to go to YouTube, type in Detroit Fan Report. You will see the line that's up there in the top right hand corner, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. We don't want your money. We just want your time. With that said, man, everybody have a blessed day, man. I know everybody here geek for NFL season to start. I know I am. You feel me? I'll be in Detroit in a couple of weeks. With that
See
said,
y'all.
man, we is out. Peace.